He's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend, he's the scientist with all the answers and all the questions. It's time for another episode of Alex's Science Corner.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, please. No, please, thank you. Please, no. Stay dressed. No, thank you.
Is there a pack of chihuahuas in here?
Missed that last week, huh?
Alex, what's going on in the wide world of science, my friend?
Are all these rescue pets here? What's going on? So, first up, we've got a story about an organ that was just discovered, that we've known about for 100 years, that people are calling an organ, that is not an organ. Interesting story here. What's happened is about 2-3 weeks ago, you may have seen stories about some scientists discovered a new human organ. Okay? So,
Kind we can play?
huh? I was expecting that from Darnell.
Right.
I heard her organ, and I'm thinking
What a
musical
dirty
instrument.
girl. What a dirty girl.
Is the segment over already?
And done in by Bobby, no less.
So,
Go ahead, Alex.
So the story was going around called that a new organ called the mesentery was discovered around the intestinal tract. And it went in a lot of different news outlets, and these various news outlets were reporting pretty much the same thing. The reason they were all reporting the same thing is because one place kind of reported it wrong, and all these other news outlets copied that kind of wrong story.
Yeah, that never happens.
Oh,
Fake
yeah.
news.
Well, it's
Fake news.
It's an alternative truth.
what happened is, a lot of these other places, they didn't research what was going on. So this one reporter wanted to find out, there's some interesting stuff in here. Let me look into it. So what happened was he started to go into researching the story. And first off, the organ that was supposedly discovered has been known since Leonardo da Vinci, because he drew about it, he talked about it in his anatomical drawings. It's been part of Gray's Anatomy for as long as Gray's Anatomy has been putting out their books.
So it really hasn't been newly discovered.
No, it has not been newly discovered.
Wait a minute. Grey's Anatomy's been on the air, 13 years now?
See, Bobby's killing your mojo.
And it's not me.
Right. That's twice. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, I
Don't
won't
worry,
do it again.
Alex. Her bit's coming up in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, we are in bizarro WXCI right now.
Don't worry, Bobby. Your turn's going to be next.
You gotta say that more creepy like.
Okay. Don't
So-
worry.
What was I talking about again?
An
About an organ.
An organ, yes. So the controversy that had been going on was this one organ stretched across all of the intestines, or was it small little bits of the organ in various spots along the intestines? Well, the research that was quoted said, oh yeah, we figured out it's one organ stretched along the entire intestines. And unfortunately, the people who took the story thought it meant, oh, we've discovered a new organ, when it's actually, we just figured out whether this was one or a lot of small things.
What does it do?
It helps the digestion. It helps break up the, it takes the stuff when the, sorry, I wasn't ready for that question.
Never.
The story is about how the information got passed incorrectly about this story.
Okay.
So you're not talking about the organ itself.
In
as
itself,
much.
as
Okay.
I'm talking about how the information got passed. But this organ, your intestines break apart food and get the nutrients onto the blood. The mesentery is the part that takes the nutrients and puts into the blood. Okay, and gets into the bloodstream. So what was going on with this particular story, so the researcher said, okay, well, what defines an organ? And he started to research how we call whatever an organ is. And the medical community can't pick out what an organ is.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, and he said he went through various medical textbooks, and the different medical textbooks have different definitions of what an organ is. And so there's a reference to this particular thing has become the 79th organ. And the fun part about that is he went to Wikipedia, and Wikipedia says there's 78 organs and then lists more than 78 organs. So it's one of those cases of...
What? Wiki isn't true? What?
I know.
Shatter my illusions.
So we have a reporter who actually did research.
Yeah, and again,
For
a
his
lot of these
story.
news sites are just quoting the previous news source.
They're compilers.
Right, they're compilers. So that's one of those stories that it was kind of a non-story, but the story about the fact that this information was wrong is the
Is the
interesting
story.
part of the story.
Yeah.
So it's not another new organ that they can rip out of my body.
No, I know you're missing a couple, but
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure they won't have to go in again.
no, it's probably one they've already taken out.
Oh, okay.
Feel better now?
Next story coming up is new research in doing cosmic lensing is finding that the universe is expanding faster than it's expected. Researchers have gotten more information. They've done another set of analyses using what's known as gravitational lensing to determine the speed that the universe is expanding. And they're getting a finer number for the speed that the universe is expanding. Now, this information is matching up with a lot of other methods of trying to measure the expansion of the universe. The fun part about this is that those numbers that we're getting from all these various methods of measuring the expansion of the universe are not matching up with a lot of theories that we have on how fast the universe should be expanding. It's expanding faster than that. So physicists are thrilled because that means we're missing something in the analysis. And that means somebody can get a Nobel Prize from this.
Ooh.
So, whenever physicists find something that they're missing, it's like, great, we got something to really latch onto and study. But the universe is expanding faster than we thought it should be expanding by the models we have. And a lot of that speed is matching up with other observations. So the physicists are starting to suspect that maybe part of the model that we have right now is wrong.
So are they in the process of creating a new model? And
That is the adventure for the physicists, yes.
Okay, and that's would be the award, the Nobel Prize.
Yes.
Yeah. You figure out what's getting, you figure something out like that. That's big. That's Nobel Prize stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, reach for the stars.
And you heard it here first, folks.
Well, no, you heard it from other sources. The physicists knew about this problem already.
Yeah, but
That's
our
why
listeners heard it here first.
All right.
I was hoping our listeners were a little smarter than that, but okay, fine.
Now you've got the bad news for last.
Well, this is not bad news, but it's a memorial. Yesterday was the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 1 disaster, where 3 astronauts were killed in a capsule fire on the launch pad. And today is the 31st anniversary of the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster.
I didn't
So
realize
this
they
is-
were both on the same day.
No,
they're
yesterday
day
was
apart.
Oh, yesterday
day
and
apart.
today. Oh,
Yeah,
hello.
so this is a memorial week for NASA.
The
right
Challenger was the one with the school teacher, right?
now. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That
I
was
remember-
80 blew up a few-
That was 86. Okay.
86.
yeah, I
yes.
remember sitting in class while we were...
Oh, my God. That must have freaked out a bunch of kids.
yeah, we went home early.
Oh, they sent you home?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
I was stationed in Japan when I was in the Air Force at the time. And my roommate's alarm clock went off, and he had it set for clock radio. And it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. The 6 o'clock news came on. The Space Shuttle Challenger exploded. And my eyes were wide open at that moment.
Wow. I wasn't born yet, but my parents told me about it.
Wow, I'm just getting whacked in the face
wish
by
I
his
thought of
nose
that.
coming up.
All right. Any other?
Wow, that was
There
a
was a-
whopper.
There was a third one too. There was a third tragedy.
Yeah,
second
the
space
other
shuttle
the
was
other
the-
Challenger, the other space shuttle that
Was
broke
that
apart while landing.
Was that Discovery? No, which one?
No.
So, which one was the one where they were like, Houston, we have a problem?
That was Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
That was Tom Hanks.
You didn't know he went up to the moon, did you?
You're going to be doing a lot of editing, I think.
No, it's just, it'll be great to show other people exactly what I have to deal with sometimes.
It's called an S show. All right. So we're going to throw the questions out to the general audience, not you guys. And you can call up the station, ask Alex anything about these stories or anything else science related at 203
837
99.
2-4.
Oh, sorry.